Welcome to this week's episode. I'm your host, T Greasy, with my co-host,
Chanel.
and we're here to present to you a show about whatever. Miss Chanel sends us topics. I try to come with topics. Miss Chanel sends us Jai News. I try to come with some small talk topics. C Major usually shows up about a half hour into the show, smoking a J and having his morning beer. But C Major was not able to join us this morning. He has full-time daddy duties. And for those of you who have seen my niece, she is full-time. There's no way he can record and just let her roll around the house. Things will be changed. And my sister-in-law will have some questions. So shout out to C Major. Hopefully we'll see him next week. Shout out to Lisa. Put him in charge. You're absolutely. I love this for him.
Yeah.
This is great for him and for your daughter, for them to have this great time together. So, and my brother's an active dad, man. He sent us pictures last week of him at the little foot place. What was this?
The funky foot place, yeah. The indoor playground.
Yeah, man. He out there trying to slide around. He got bad knees and backs, and like he can't.
I prefer Major being a dad than never mind.
Yeah. But let's get into our week. So this week I did a lot of dancing. I talked a lot about that in the producers only episode. So if you want to hear more about that, how about you search Patreon for Reals&Feels, and then you'll get the extra content every week, and you'll find out why my back hurts. All right. Work-wise, things are we're in the midst of a change occurring. By now, I think the earnings report has come out from Big Soda, and there are, a lot of press releases have come out, so you can figure out what that means on the business side. For the tech side, we are just battening down the hatches and getting prepared for whatever, how everything's going to land. We're just waiting. We're in anticipation. Unfortunate for us, not a lot of movement on our side of the business. So a lot of my friends and colleagues on my team have been able to keep their positions and progress or even move on to better opportunities for them. So I was very pleasantly. It's just very good to know that your people are going to land, right? Because they're all talented people. Everybody, a good majority of any place I worked, the people were never the problem. It's always the system, the processes, things of that nature. So I'm very happy that the people are landing where they need to land. As far as personal life and things of that nature, I found a new therapist. I think she's the one, Miss Chanel. Second session went absolutely phenomenal. And by phenomenal, I mean I cried again. I hit a subject that was tough, and we worked through it and had a few aha moments. And she's really been very pivotal in helping me see things through a different perspective and through a different lens. Me, Miss Chanel, I be thinking I'm right. Like I look at the stats and figures. I analyze the data.
According to the spreadsheet, you're right.
Yeah, but we talking about emotions. You know what I'm saying? Emotions make you cry sometimes.
Yep.
I don't have a mathematical equation to solve this. This is just feelings. So she's doing a great job of helping me with that. I do recommend, if anybody is going, because we in the middle of shit right now. And if you need help to just navigate your own personal space to alleviate some of the stresses for the outside world, I do employ you to look into some type of therapeutic help, whatever that looks like for you. For some people, it could be the gym. For some people, it could be meditation, stretching, Pilates, whatever the case may be. Some people is music. Whatever it is, find your therapy and reset yourself, because this time of life right now is difficult. It is. It's very difficult. So find your space and take care of yourself. For me, that's about it. That's I'm super excited about the therapist. That's the biggest thing for me is I've been on this journey now since Pops passed. So again, this has been a long journey for me, kind of navigating through multiple therapists to find one that I fuck with and I feel like I found it. So that's what I did this week.
This week, I mean, work was regular. It is what it is. I've been watching a couple shows. Um, I'm watching The Girlfriend.
Okay.
Shit is unhinged.
Is this
I'm not done.
what what network or streaming service?
I
You
don't know what
remember?
the fuck this is. I don't know if it's Prime or not. It's got Robin Wright in it.
Robin Wright?
Mm-hmm.
Our girl from
House of Cards.
yeah,
Yeah.
oh, she always in some shit. Oh,
Yeah. And she is a mother that's dealing with her son's girlfriend and
okay.
her relationship with her or whatever. And it's lovely. It's white nonsense, and I'm here for it. Uh,
It is Prime, Amazon Prime. Okay.
yeah, so I'm also in on the third season of Gangs of London.
Ooh. I haven't started that one yet.
It's many movies, and it's fire.
Oh, I gotta tell Gerasmo about that because that's her shit. That's some we could watch some mob shit together.
Yeah,
Sure.
man.
Yeah. Okay.
But then I'm like, like we had talked a little bit earlier about the documentary about America's Next Top Model,
Mm-hmm.
and it's a couple other shows that I want to watch. And me and the homie, we got to stay with the gutter shit. So we on Love Is Blind.
Oh, I gave up on that joint. I ain't gonna hold you.
It's so trash. It's so toilet water. But it's a guilty pleasure. We can just get on there and talk our shit about these people or whatever.
Yeah.
But then I realized like it's too much. Like I've come to the understanding that TV overwhelms me. It feels like it's a job. Like
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, oh shit, Paradise is coming back out, and then I gotta remind myself and reset and say, you know what, you don't have to watch everything when it comes out.
Yep.
I got to get out of that mindset, because when we came up, a show was a show, and it came on at a certain time, and you had to make a way to watch it, and so yeah, people keep popping up with stuff that I need to take a look at, not in a way that in a meaningful way of it being a necessity, but it's like, oh, that's up my alley. I might want to fuck with it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'm just right now. I'm like, let me focus. The Girlfriend, Gangs of London.
Mm-hmm.
Me and the homie watch Love Is Blind while we twisting up my hair and shit, or while we doing bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
But I was like, yeah, man, everything you're right. Like when you were saying that shit is feeling heavy and what, it's like there was a time where TV was relaxing. It's like TV feel heavy now.
It's stressful.
It's like it feels like another job. So
we need another show like Modern Family.
You think a dumbass sitcom is the answer?
I mean, it wasn't a dumbass. Okay, in the traditional.
I mean, like they was dumb. Like it was
yeah.
funny. It was a cleverly written show.
That's what I meant.
But
yeah, we need a good comedy. I think Gerasmo and I always try to find us at least one good one to watch to break up all of the heaviness of all these other shows, because we watch a lot of mob shows, we watch a lot of psychological thrillers, shows that where the topic is dysfunctional abuse of some type of way. Like it weighs on you. So to find a show that's just lighthearted and fun, or for me, fantasy driven, I'm cool with that,
Me and the homie comfort watched The Office. Like,
yeah.
At the time when it was on, I watched it straight through, and it's a show that it's some moments that are so fucking funny. And so when I met him, I was in a cycle of comfort watching it, and so he was like, "Well, let me fuck with you," and then now we lunch out off of that. But you're right. Like sometimes you just need some shit that's mindless, or it's gonna make you laugh in a way
Yeah.
that you haven't laughed all day. Psychological thrillers, though. Did you watch The Beast in Me?
We're watching that now.
Okay.
So we're in the middle of that now. And that's a good one.
We
That's a
gotta
good
talk
show.
about that when you finish, though.
Yeah. Yeah. I think we're close. That one's hard to watch too.
It is. Dummy
it's
moves abound.
Yeah, it was just bananas. It's bananas. A couple of I'm like, why the fuck would they? Okay. I tried to get Gerasmo to watch Beauty on FX. And that's
Oh, I
the
don't know
show.
nothing about that.
This is a show with Ashton Kutcher is in it. It's a Ryan Murphy show. So
the joint where they've developed something that keep you looking young or fresh. Okay.
it is gory. Okay. It's very gory, but I think it's a lighthearted show. Gerasmo said, "This is gross. They're doing too much. I can't watch it." So it's now become my show alone to binge and watch because I like weird shit like this. I like the hypothetical of what if a drug existed where people were taking it unbeknownst to you and it spreads, like people were taking this drug or getting this drug unbeknownst to them because of how it spread. It's a STD.
Okay.
It's a very different take on, like, it gets me to thinking. This is the show where you're supposed to not think, and I'm sitting there like, yo, if this shit really existed or something like this was close to being created, this is wild shit. And it tells you just how far people are willing to go to get to whatever the definition of beauty is for them. So it's really interesting to me.
And what they're willing to risk for just a season of being beautiful. That was the ill part. What's the joint with Demi Moore, the movie? It's called God damn it. It's the something. But yeah, it was her being able to switch out her body to a young person.
It's so many of these.
And then she was on
about it.
Yeah, and then
is another movie.
Yeah, and then that the effects are gonna be terrible.
Oh yeah.
But the season of you being fine, the season of being fine is so appealing that you're like, it's a risk I'll take.
You're like, YOLO.
Yeah, the substance.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And she was taking some shit that she knew was wild shit. But and at every turn, like you have the opportunity to not do your re-up. You know what I mean? She could have just not gone and picked up her box of like treatment.
Yeah.
And then she but that was fire. She would experience something really negative, like a really negative side effect that you can still recover from. Like, it's like, this is going to be fucked up for life, but you still are you. And then you're like, but for 2 weeks, I'm going to be that bitch. So, and
this show is exploring similar things. Like there's fucked up side effects, and actually one of them is a gruesome death, right? But and I'm not far enough in it to we haven't quite deciphered why a gruesome death occurs to one versus somebody else. So I'm hoping they'll uncover that, they'll peel back that layer soon. But yeah, you would be into it. It is definitely a Miss Janelle show, just based off of, now the acting is
okay. Yeah.
Let's just,
there it is. It's starring Ashton Kutcher. I know enough.
Yes. Yes.
But
there's some other familiar faces in it, but yeah, the story behind it I think is unique enough for me to to keep my attention.
It's interesting though. Like that's the shit that it makes me think about GLP-1s. How you see the ads for them and you hear the list of side effects, and I'm sure people hear them. And I'm not down to people who use them, and I understand the value of them if you're diabetic and all of the things. But it's also, that sounds fucked up. I'm not diabetic. I could end up, but my body is gonna be fucking fire. So,
because look at my neck.
Yes, that, and I think a lot of people are weighing that up. And
DJ Khaled out here showing off his fucking shoulder blades and shit,
shoulders and his jawline and shit, and then
he's like,
it's all very interesting to me. On the side of gore, though, what I've been hearing, and I'm about to take a look at. God damn.
Yeah, you got something going on right outside the window. Oh, I hope it's not.
Thoughts and prayers.
Yeah, man.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry for that, y'all. But I heard that if you want to see the wildest, most gory shit, that Primate.
Nah, I'm good. I'm good. I don't know what Hollywood's. I don't know
any of the listeners. Then
yeah, y'all go for it. I know a monkey. I know the dangers of monkey. I don't need to. I don't need
that part.
You know what I'm saying? I've met one before. They're strong as fuck. Okay.
Yeah.
I went to the zoo as a kid. I saw what it could do, and I said, "Oh yeah, it's cute, but no."
Yeah. Only one face needs to be ripped off for me to understand
what
that I don't need to have a relationship with a monkey in that way.
Not at all. But you going to see it, or you already saw it?
I think I might take a look. I haven't seen it yet.
Okay.
But the way that people have been describing how ill some of the kills and the non-kills, like somebody was describing, like after all of that shit, then the person's still alive, and that was what fucked me up. And I was like,
now you fucking with me. Take me out my misery. Yeah. And me walking around here with no eyes.
Have me walking around looking like a chitlin.
Slim. What was my man Jabba the Hutt? Just whole face melted into one. And I'm good. I'm good. Okay, some good shows then. Some good shows.
That's just, my week has been contending with TV and
hang in there. I would recommend a comedy that I thought was a comedy, but then it started to get dark this season. So,
wait,
damn it! It's a good show though, but the comedy hits like bam, 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 bam. Like it was fucking me up the first two seasons. Me and Gerasmo flew through the first two seasons of Shrink.
Ah, okay.
Shrinking or Shrink? I think it's Shrinking.
Apple TV with Harrison Ford.
Yep.
Yeah.
And season 3,
it's heavy.
It's getting heavy. The humor they still firing off the quick wit comebacks. They cuss. The way they go at each other is amazing. I think you would truly appreciate it. You know, just the wittiness of the humor and how they snap at each other. But when they decide to go deep, they really do. And they do a really good job. I can't even front. Like even the emotional, it's hard to watch right now because of my own personal grief. But it is really well written, and they're just knocking it out the box. Every season has been phenomenal so far.
Okay.
So super funny. I thought it was going to be comic relief, and then it turned to something else. I was like, oh, well, Rhonda, I got to find something else that's just comedy, So we're working on that. What we want to get into? I found a story, and I know you dropped something in the chat. So let's do what you dropped first. C Major dropped. Oh man, what a great week of information here. First of all, let's start with this. Rev Jesse Jackson, a civil rights icon, dies at 84. Our deepest condolences to the Jackson family and friends of Reverend Jesse Jackson, the Baptist minister and two-time presidential candidate whose booming oratory and populist message propelled the civil rights movement in the decades after the assassination of Reverend Martin Luther King Jr. died Tuesday. His family said, quote, our father was a servant leader not only to our family, but to the oppressed, the voiceless, and the overlooked around the world, the Jackson family said in a statement. Reverend Al Sharpton, the civil rights leader, said in a statement that, quote, our nation lost one of its greatest moral voices and paid tribute to a man who carried, quote, carried history in his footsteps and hope in his voice. And that's the one thing I always remember from, like, it was keep hope alive. It was a lot of hope was his message when I was a kid growing up. And just the thought of a black man running for president was like history making in its own right. And to see it come to fruition after him was amazing because we don't get Obama without Jesse Jackson. Yeah. Rest in peace to Jesse and condolences to his family.
Absolutely.
A study of 27.8 million Americans may have revealed direct Alzheimer's cause. What is this about, Mister? I'm super, super interested in this one. I have a family member who is suffering with it now, and it is absolutely gut-wrenching.
Pollution.
Well, there you go.
America poisoning us.
Scientists have just found a direct link between air pollution and Alzheimer's disease, suggesting that improving air quality could be an important way to prevent dementia and protect older adults. Alzheimer's disease is a common form of dementia, which affects about 57 million people worldwide, and there is currently no cure for it, making prevention crucial. While exposure to air pollution is a known risk factor for several common chronic health conditions like Alzheimer's disease, like depression, hypertension, and stroke, it was previously unclear whether air pollution causes these chronic conditions, which can then lead to dementia, or if these conditions might amplify the effects of air pollution on brain health. To find out more, environmental health researcher Yang Ling Deng of Emory University here in Georgia and her colleagues examined data on more than 27.8 million U.S. Medicare recipients aged 65 years and older from 2000 to 2018. The researchers looked at the individual's air pollution exposure level and whether they developed Alzheimer's disease while emphasizing the role of other chronic conditions. And they found that greater exposure to air pollution was associated with an increased risk of Alzheimer's disease, and that association was slightly stronger in individuals who had experienced a stroke, noting that chronic conditions had little additional impact. That's eye-opening, but also makes sense. We're inhaling pollutants, yeah.
Our government is gutting the EPA.
Yes. So it's going to be a bunch of motherfuckers walking around not knowing. And that might be ideal for the government. I mean,
that's actually their goal.
You know?
Motherfuckers walking around not knowing.
Not knowing, not remembering, not doing, yeah.
Yeah.
And find more shows to distract ourselves. Get some line dancing, or you know what I'm saying? Get some positive energy in your life, people. R. Kelly lands in solitary confinement during prison probe. R. Kelly is under investigation for possessing a retired warden's phone number at his federal lockup in North Carolina, and he's been placed in isolation for the duration of a probe of the incident, according to his lawyer. What are we talking about here? Kelly's attorney, Bo Brindley, tells TMZ that the R&B singer's problems began when he got involved in a mentor program to help guide other inmates, which was overseen by the warden at FC1 or FCI Butner Medium 1. Recently, the warden retired, but before he left, he gave Kelly his cell phone number in case the convicted felon needed to reach out to him to seek advice about the mentor program. Sometime after that, Kelly's cellmate got busted with a mobile phone on his person, which is considered contraband in prison. The lawyer says the prison officials searched the inmate's prison cell and found Kelly's notebook in which the retired warden's phone number was written. Prison authorities placed Kelly in a special housing unit, better known as the SHU, while they investigate the circumstances surrounding the former warden's number appearing in the notebook, Brinley says.
I'm putting cases on all you bitches.
Like,
SHU program.
the warden gave him the number, right?
Yes.
So we got to put R. Kelly in the SHU for that?
I think they're trying to see if his communication with the warden at the time that that person was there resulted in any special treatment or
got you.
anything of that nature.
Like, when you get out of here, you doing my 70th, or you doing my sister's retirement party type shit.
Yeah, well, I think they're trying to sort out what that relationship is.
Got you. Okay.
I want all the bad things to happen to R. Kelly. So
hey. Exclusive U.S. plans online portal to bypass content bans in Europe and elsewhere. And this is why. I read this title when you sent it, and I was like, and this is why they're fucking mad. Everybody, we want to do whatever the fuck we want to do, and we want to stop everybody from doing the same thing to us. And this is an example of it.
Mm-hmm.
The U.S. State Department is developing an online portal that will enable people in Europe and elsewhere to see content banned by their governments, including alleged hate speech and terrorist propaganda, a move Washington views as a way to counter censorship. Three sources familiar with the plan said, why are we countering censorship somewhere else?
When we're actively censoring people here, and we want our propaganda and hate speech to be able, but we've always talked down on propaganda and hate speech from other countries.
I'm tired, Mr.
Because this is all bullshit. Yeah,
straight bullshit.
What they want is for Elon, because Grok is dangerous and child porn and racism and all kinds of things abound on X, and he wants free reign for that to be pushed through, and Europe is saying no, fuck that. Europe is rejecting Tesla. Europe is rejecting. So Elon's like, I need a win, and I bought this president for a reason. So
a mess.
Yeah.
A mess. Speaking of Elon and Tesla, ex-top Tesla engineer raises $140 million to rewire the electric grid. Huron Power, backed by Anderson Horowitz and Breakthrough Energy, is scaling up production of solid-state transformers that move power from renewable energy systems to the grid more efficiently. Huron Power, founded by former Tesla senior vice president Drew Baglino, has raised $140 million to build an automated factory for solid-state transformers, hardware designed to move electricity from solar arrays, battery systems, and other renewable sources into the grid and data centers with far less waste in a bid to wrangle spiking U.S. power demands. Now, actually, I like this a little bit, but I feel like if we had better relationship with China, our tech geniuses here would be allowed to work with the tech geniuses over in China and figure out how they're doing it there. Because I think I brought to this podcast a few weeks ago the plan the Chinese government is coming up with to build data centers in unpopulated areas of the country of their continent. Not China, I'm sorry, the Asian continent as a whole, in a way that promotes renewable energy by building data centers underwater, building data centers in mountains that produce water, and the idea being that the power being used would be fueled by the water and then would also promote renew it. They would also tune those data centers in a way that it would provide fresh drinking water for the communities that are closest to it. Now, this is a step in the right direction, just not quite as advanced as our Asian counterparts. But if we had a better relationship with those governments, then we could be working with them to impart that here. But we don't want to do that. We want to go the cheap way, the easy way, which is to put these data centers in brown communities and make them pay for it by way of health, by way of power, what have you. This is not a bad idea. I do have questions about the technology. I do have questions still about where these proposed data centers would be located. But on the surface, I'm not that mad at what they're trying to do here. I just think that it could be improved upon.
It absolutely could. We've been so regressive for so long that many countries have flown past us with technology and things of that nature, because in America, we want to hold on to the things that made old white people rich, and they don't have the imagination to come up with new shit. And also, they don't want to help people. So that's a big piece of the problem. But what I did find interesting about this is like when Tesla did all of those firings, quietly they tried to bring a lot of people back because they realized, oh, this person's job really mattered. And a lot of key people didn't go back. And he's one of those people.
Yep.
And he's doing something different. Same thing with the government. All those cuts that the government made, quietly, they're trying to bring people back. A lot of key people aren't going back, but they're running for office. What I like that I'm seeing is that the people who are the brains of the operations that this regime has decided we're going to cut and do all whatever and steal money from, the people who are the brains of the operation are doing good work. And while this might be a small step, this is one thing that gives me hope. There are a lot of people running for Congress who were government employees, who were in key positions. And so I'm hopeful that people are pivoting in the direction of doing as much progressive work as they can do in the system that we're currently in.
I am too.
But I'm with you. I'm with you, Grease. Like, it's hard to see what people are doing in Europe and Asia, not just with renewable energy, but with shit that just makes people's lives function better and easier. And the fact that we actively reject that here is I'm tired.
I mean, I agree. Very tired. Very tired indeed. I saw this story and I thought, I feel like a story like this comes up like in every 2-year cycle, where scientists have discovered how to cure cancer, and then we never hear anything after that. It's like a article will populate or bubble to the surface where some scientist or some doctor somewhere has discovered a way to stop cancer in this particular area, in this part of the body, or has discovered that this particular stem cell treatment would work over here. And then we don't see any development further on these stories. So this is another one in my mind. I don't know, Michelle, you tell me if I'm thinking is incorrect.
You're not incorrect at all. And this is all, how I've often said on this show, shit is all connected. This is all connected with, like, stem cells. When George Bush was like, no, as a Christian, I don't want these stem cells to be used, other nations were like, bet that. And they went on to realize what stem cells could do. But of course, none of this is about being Christian or anything like that. It's about there's no money in the cure.
Mm-hmm.
And for nations who take care of their citizens by way of universal health care, cures for things makes absolute good sense. That doesn't make good sense for the United States. It's connected to why we are no longer a part of the World Health Organization and why Trump is trying to create his own mini version of that I think will continue to make people pharmaceutical dependent, never cure anything, and keep the machine going.
Well, he's shitting himself on a regular basis. So
Yeah.
if he's got to shit himself, we all got to shit ourselves.
It's the only way.
It's the only way. I don't want to be the only one shitting myself. It's got to smell like shit in this whole building. I don't want everybody to know it's me.
Yeah, I look wild.
I look crazy. A new study. I think that might be the title. I don't want everybody. It's got to smell like shit in this whole building. It's got to.
It's the only way. If everywhere you go it smell like shit, then it's not just me. Then they don't know it's me. If everybody booty is bubbling, then
oh shit! Let me write that down because that shit is hilarious. Oh shit! Okay. A new study shows that targeting key epigenetic proteins. I'm trying to slide in there. Epigenetic proteins may permanently switch off cancer genes. Scientists at Monash University, working with Harvard University, report that they have found a way to permanently switch off genes that help cancers survive. If the approach holds up in further testing, it could point to a new style of treatment that works with shorter courses and fewer of the harsh side effects that often come along with continuous cancer therapy. That's the other thing. Like, it's so sick and demented, the treatment that we put cancer patients through. Why wouldn't we want to cure it? Why wouldn't we?
Because do you know how expensive those horrific treatments are? That
it's a form of torture. So the government is more interested in torturing its citizens by poisoning the body to kill cancer, as opposed to finding an alternative way that actually works. Yeah, that's sick. That's pretty sick. The team described the work in Nature Cell Biology. Their focus is epigenetic therapy, which aims to change how genes behave rather than rewriting the genes themselves. So you could think about epigenetics as the cell's operating instructions for when to read a gene and when to keep it quiet. Cancer mutations can corrupt those instructions, locking dangerous growth programs in the on position. That problem is especially acute in some aggressive forms of acute leukemia. In these cases, a genetic error takes over the cell's usual gene control machinery, keeping cancer promoting genes switched on around the clock. Drugs designed to interfere with that hijacked control system already exist, but researchers have not fully understood what makes them effective or how to use them in the most durable way. This gets very, very technical, but they found that targeting the epigenetic proteins permanently switch off the cancer-causing genes in leukemia cells. So I'm reading this, and it sounds like this was written for IT people. Or when you talk about genetic functions as an operating system, it just resonates with me. I'm like, oh, okay, then yeah, I want to write some code in here to switch off these genes. I can identify which genes are the problem, so I'm gonna write some code to turn those bitches off. And why wouldn't we want to do that? It seems very safe and very what's the word when you want to portray something as not painful, a not painful treatment, more Golly.
Okay.
I can't think of the
Sorry, I
word.
can't help.
Humane. Like a
Okay.
more humane approach to treating cancer is what I'm thinking. Like we ain't got to go through all the suffering and the throwing up and the side effects and all of that. We can just create something that's going to turn off those genes, because we all have the genes. We all have the elements within us. It's all about what's triggering those to become active and ravage our bodies. So if we could turn it off before whatever that trigger is occurring, then that, yeah, it just makes more sense. Why the fuck are we here, Miss Janelle?
Girl.
The last thing I had in the chat, and we could talk briefly about this because this was one of our places that we like to visit, Vegas. And what's happening now, I've seen not a lot, but a fair share of influencers talking about how Vegas is dead. And then I came across a post that said Vegas is dead to you brokies. Basically is what the post said. And they went into a detailed description of what, kind of explaining that Vegas is actually making more money, and they're making a lot more money on the strip hand over fist than the tourism rates would suggest. And that's because it's geared towards the elites now. If you are a member of Caesars or MGM, you got a rewards card and you ain't been getting as many emails about deals and special rates, that's for a reason. They're not handing them out anymore. Those programs, while they still want to lure you to Vegas, they want to lure you to spend as much money as possible. They're not making food options within a certain range affordable. The last couple of people I talked to that went to Vegas, they spent a lot of time downtown and not on the strip because the strip has completely outpriced. They just completely don't want us there. They don't want the thousandaires there. And it's very evident. They speak to, in this report, the F1 series that has now, Vegas is one of the spots every season. They're going to come, they're going to shut down the strip, which hampers tourism. And if you think, oh, I'm going to visit Vegas the week of F1 and just walk around and possibly see a car, no, because F1 has gone through, they've gone through every process they can think of to make it not accessible to you. Even if you do find a room at a reasonable price on the strip during F1, they will put boards up to block your view of the track. They will do everything in everything possible to prevent you from getting a free glimpse of any of the excitement that surrounds F1, which is crazy to me because I would think you would want to draw more attention, as much attention to this sport as possible, but it seems to be only for the elite. So when they went into that part of the story, that made a little more sense when they talk about the minimums at the tables and how gambling is no longer the main focal point, although they're posting higher revenues there, but because they're drawing in the elites are coming, and they showed clips of celebrities at poker and blackjack tables upset that they can't bet more than 500,000 a hand. These are people, I don't ever want to go walk through a casino where somebody's mad they can't bet $500,000 a hand. This is not the casino for me. At least not yet. Like when I blow up, then maybe I might become one of those people that's like, you mean I can't bet $1 million? This is blasphemy. But I can see totally that my last trip was 2021, something like that. It was expensive as fuck. It was super expensive. And we had been multiple times up until that point. So they're doing that by, again, the F1, the certain artists that are having residencies there. They know what this is a money grab. This is old school. It feels a lot like they're trying to position this as a new thing, but this feels a lot like how Vegas was when I was a kid. I didn't know a lot of people that went to Vegas when I was a kid. I didn't know nobody close to my family was going to Vegas on a regular basis. I think Vegas became too family friendly. And the powers that be there said, nah, we need to shut this down. We need to take it back to the old school where the elites was coming. We made it a destination place for a certain group of people to come spend their money, and we could reap the profits there. You talk to the boots on the ground, the workers there, the Uber drivers, taxi drivers there, and they're saying they're not getting as much business. A lot of people who migrated there for the work are leaving now because they can't make a living there anymore. So I found that interesting.
Me too. Like the cycle, I need y'all to ride with me for a second. The cycle is the same as like when you mention stylists now who are charging hella money, not providing good service. They had like a 4 or 5 year stretch. And then now people like you, or people who got it are like, what the fuck? This is trash. I'm not gonna do this anymore. The thing that people have to understand about making things only for the elites is that there are levels in elitism, and with the elites, they always have someplace else to go. And the F1 shit is cool, but a thing that I've noticed, especially with this round, is a lot of influencers are talking about it. A lot of new money is talking about it. A lot of young money is talking about it.
You going right where I was going. Go ahead.
And then little bank always chases big bank. And what's going to happen is the elites are going to be like, I don't want to be at the table with these fraud willies.
Slim, what? Talk about it.
And they're going to leave because they can go gamble on the Amalfi Coast. They can go gamble anywhere.
F1 is on a lot of takes place in a lot of places that you motherfuckers can't afford.
Can't go.
Can't go.
And what's going to happen is you're going to turn Vegas into a place where regular middle class folks, maybe some upper middle class folks, don't consider anymore because you've told us nah. But where the amnesia comes in is when they became more family friendly, when they became more accessible, that was steady money all year round. That was steady money. They're gonna be exclusive. They're gonna be elite. They're gonna get money because a lot of all of this extraneous sports betting and all the gambling still flows through Vegas. But there's going to come a point where the billionaires have to separate themselves from the millionaires. Where you've only got 10 billion. I have to separate myself from you. And what you got to understand is Vegas don't have enough to keep that. So you're going to see a burst. You're going to be able to rock with those prices. You're going to be able to do those things for a while. But the whole point of wealth is not this. It's the class. It's I can separate myself from you. And it gets so much worse. You think they don't want to fuck with thousandaires. They really don't. Oh, you just got you're a YouTube millionaire? Fuck you. I'm real money. And I'm not going to be in the and when that starts to crumble, you would have lost the fact that, I'm getting married. Me and my girls we doing our bachelorette here. Me and my boys, we doing our bachelor here. I'm 21. It's a rite of passage. I'm going to just go to Vegas and gamble and drink. It was a whole lot of reasons that a whole lot of people went to Vegas. And like you said, the thing about it is when your baseline economy, when your workers, when I can't live, economists will tell you, your little weak ass, go back to your undergrad days, to that econ class, when people aren't spending money on the bottom, everybody can't be the man. Only people can afford.
Crumbles. Yeah,
it crumbles. when we got people taking these Ubers, when we got people supporting these little mom and pop shops, these little mini restaurants, your chain franchise that's happening to be there, you know what I mean? When all of that goes away, when you lose the people who came to Vegas strictly to get that service job, to get that money, when all of that goes away, it's like we history is always going to rhyme. We've seen this before.
It's crazy to me because the fundamental rite of passage for this capitalistic system is to keep the have-nots wanting the haves. And by putting up this wall, this barrier on Vegas, to your point, I can go, there's a casino 2 hours from here where I can go be a big fish in a little pond. I could go pretend for a minute, for a few hours, that I'm the shit over here in the Carolinas.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Or I can go to MGM in National Harbor and be a big Willie, quote unquote, excuse my dated reference. But I could go to MGM with my 20 stack and be a big deal over here. If y'all not letting me do what I used to be able to do in Vegas. It's a lot of, like, the fights aren't even happening in Vegas like that anymore. Like, there's clear signs that they don't want us there.
Mm-hmm.
They've been making it known, you know, and that was the first clue for me. Because when I was growing up, all the big fights were in Vegas. They're not there anymore. They're rarely a fight in Vegas now. That's when it started to open up to the middle class. Oh, I can, you know what? It's a little pricey, but I could go to this fight.
I can do this. Yeah,
I could do this. I could pretend for a weekend. I could put on my fur and show up and live the life for a weekend and then go home and work a few doubles and get caught back up. You can't do that right now.
Mm-hmm.
And that limits the potential, that makes me not want to participate.
Mm-hmm.
So when Vegas opens back up to us, when the elites are gone,
I found someplace else to go.
Yeah, I'm cool over here at the MGM. I'm cool over here at the Harbor. I'm cool over here in the Carolinas, up in the mountains, gambling with the toothless. I'm good. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm cool doing what I need to do, moving how I need to move. And frankly, the older the middle class gets, the more, more money we typically accumulate. Now we're thinking return. You might have missed the bus with us.
Yep.
You might have missed the opportunity.
Because now we back to thinking about survival.
Yeah. Yeah.
And when I do want to do something, I'm gonna go someplace else. I'm gonna gamble in Greece.
Yeah.
Next year. I'm gonna do that over there.
Yeah. Exactly. That's good shit. I found that story interesting. I was
very,
because I've been noticing, I think you've been noticing too, we haven't even really talked about going back, and that used to be one of the spots we would rotate. Mm-hmm. We would rotate going to Vegas, but the last time I went, and I think the last time, I don't know how you went, I don't remember exactly you talking about the pricing and stuff there, but I noticed it. And I said, you know what? I used to be able to do 4 days here without any problem.
Not thinking about it.
Not even thinking about it. I could spend 4 days somewhere else and get more bang for my buck and have a luxurious time.
Mm-hmm.
There's no way that a trip to Vegas for 4 days would financially equal a 5-day stay at a luxurious resort on an island where every want and need is catered to. And you know what I'm saying? Like, that's the price. That's where it was getting to.
That's what it was getting to. And what was really interesting to me is, like, I think I was having a conversation with my homegirl who went with me and the Don to go see Usher. Because while we were there, we were like, yo, I hope that my homegirl was like, I hope they're seeing this. It was a lot of young, middle-aged, a sea of Black people up and down the strip. Because, we stayed at the hotel where he was actually performing, but people were all over there because they were going to be at that show. And while things had ticked up, you know, we steakhouse bitches, we seafood bitches and all that, we still walked around and there was still something for everybody. And it's like, if your God is the dollar, don't let your racism and your classism keep you away from that. You know what I mean? Because there was people there, regular folk, young folks spending money, doing their thing, and they probably won't have it like that for a while. But it's the same thing like Carnival Cruises is feeling it, because they did everything they could to and now folks are okay. I can't bring my fan and and line dance on y'all cruise, and I can't drink good. And then other cruise lines are like, let's adjust our drink package. Let's expand our locations. Let's go. Let's take some. And now people are like, oh, these cruises are way better than what we was getting on Carnival. Carnival used to be a rite of passage.
I can't tell you how many people I've talked to at various jobs throughout the years who tried a different company for their cruise and had the aha moment. And I feel like we've been beating the drum a little bit, but I understand Carnival has the biggest marketing budget. They're all over the United States. So you see a lot more of that brand, and that's more familiar to a lot of people. But understand that they're okay. They're affordable. They let you, for a long time, like you said, it was a rite of passage. Your first cruise, we're going on a Carnival cruise. We're going to party. We're going to have a good time.
We could do what we want.
Burgers and pizza all night. You know what I'm saying? And then at a certain point, at least for me, I don't want to speak for you, but for me, I don't want burgers and pizza all night.
Yeah, but then you move on to the next layer. You're eliminating a group that kept, you didn't understand what kept you moving.
Yep.
You didn't understand what kept you moving.
Add on to the fact that y'all got all these issues with your boats and you not reinvesting the money, and we don't hear that much noise from the other brands. Yeah, you got. And
you don't like us?
Yep.
Fuck you then.
Fuck you. We move on. Money goes elsewhere. Yep. Absolutely. I feel like overall, though, the topic of taking price over volume has been the go-to since COVID. It was this shell game, if you will, to kind of prove out to shareholders and stakeholders that we're still making money. No, we're still making money. We're not selling more of anything. We're just making things more expensive. So your revenues and your your dividends look good. So you're not complaining. We're not complaining. But to your point, and to my point, Ms. Janelle, the foundation is rocky as fuck.
How sustainable is this?
Yeah. Like, you can't keep taking prices. Motherfuckers gonna stop.
That's actually that's my community.
Okay. I love that. We didn't even get to a touchy subject. Did we have one, or we stayed away from that?
I did. I put it in the chat, but I do want to do it when we're all here.
Okay.
It's a question that I think we all should be in on. So I don't mind not doing the touchy subject. Are we moving to the community right now?
Yeah, because I haven't done any banners at all.
Oh, okay, bet.
Let me just do that for.
that was
Child Dudes. My bad. I've been so engulfed in the conversation. I feel like we've had a really good conversation this episode. So
yeah.
And we'll get into the community, on the community tip.
Yeah, on the community tip, man. 2 points. Grease brought up COVID and stopping. When you're wondering what you can do, rest is always an option, and rest is revolutionary. And we have the framework from COVID. Sometimes in a system that's out to crush you, you have to realize that you're the gears. You're the we are the machinery. We are the machinery. And so when we're in a situation where we've been programmed to grind, consume, stop. You might not be able to stop both at the same time, but don't grind so hard. Don't consume so hard. Take a weekend and, don't drive so much. Take a beat from, take a week. Make your coffee at home. Because these people are playing in our face. Like Grease said, we decided if we keep raising the prices, they showing us they'll pay it. Fucking Chipotle went so hard as to the CEO said it. Our target group, they making six figures. They'll pay $20 for this bowl.
$25 for the bowl, Slim. And we want to reduce the protein that we put.
Yeah. We're gonna shake the spoon a little harder.
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you the most insulting thing that Chipotle did. Introduce these protein bowls. Bitch, you was a protein bowl.
You were a protein bowl.
What the fuck is the difference between a protein bowl? This the meat you were supposed to put in the regular bowl. Shit pissed me off. I ain't been to Chipotle since.
They're playing in your face. You can resist by stopping. Don't pay these people. Don't pay these people.
At Starbucks, I don't need protein in my coffee. Sorry. Don't. You, Duncan, yeah, the fuck out of here. Yeah.
Peep game and stop playing. The game can only be fucked up as long as folks are playing.
That's true.
In some respect of your life where you can. Stop playing.
I like that. Very simple. Stop playing.
Stop playing. I'm not doing that shit. The game is rigged. The game is fun. Okay, I'm gonna put my cards down.
Yeah,
I'm not playing.
You want to know why? You want to know why black people in empty bars dancing, spending money with black owners, black-owned bars, line dancing and smiling, renting out black-owned ranches, setting up food trucks, ice. You go sell your fish plates, your chicken plates. DJs is making a ton of money right now down here in the South. They not playing y'all game.
Yeah.
Midtown is fucked up. Midtown Atlanta right now, restaurants can't stick around there that long. You want to know why? Motherfuckers ain't playing no more. We're done.
Playing. DMV, we getting back to the styrofoam container where each section is packed to the gills. Because if you telling me at Chipotle that you're going to charge me something stupid for this bowl, but Miss Angie over here going to give me 5 wings, mac and cheese, collard greens for the same fucking... Fuck you. Stop. The game is rigged. The game is fucked up. You can always stop playing.
Am I going to sign up for a gym that I have trouble feeling comfortable in, working out without the googly eyes of motherfuckers in there who don't have my best interest in mind, where half of the gym equipment don't work all the way, where it's too packed in here to get to the machine. Y'all know this machine is the machine and y'all won't re-up your shit to add more machines? Or am I going to go to the community and line dance and get the same type of workout, or go to the community and learn how to play a sport, or go to, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's so many other options.
Go to the park, walk a couple miles.
Stop playing.
Stop playing.
Go invest in a bike and find a clique, and we outside with it. Because I only have a one time. Cycling was probably a bad idea.
But
because my family finds a way to spend money on a bike. But for the most part, the idea is you go buy a bike, you go outside, you don't have to. I'm not spending money every time I want to go ride my bike. I'm just out here riding my bike. Yeah, stop playing. making it difficult to cancel memberships. Stop playing. Everything is a subscription now. Everything. Nope. Not doing it. Not doing it. Good shit. I like that. I like that. I have two people.
Okay.
Two types of folks in this world. Yeah, there's two types of folks in this world. And we've talked about chicken on this show countless times. We've had millions of discussions. I feel like between myself, C Major, you, like we're ologists when it comes to certain proteins, and chicken being one of them, right? And I have to say, I've been around these parts. I told you I've been stepping out a little bit more. So I've been trying everybody wings. Atlanta's supposed to be wing capital. So I'm out here trying to everybody wings, everybody jerk, lemon pepper it up. And I have to say, I diss lemon pepper wings hard. Like I was very harsh on lemon pepper wings in the DMV. Y'all don't do it. DMV don't do it right. Sorry. Okay. There's two types of wings. There's two types of lemon pepper wings. There's lemon pepper wings from the DMV, and there's lemon pepper wings from the Atlanta area. And all the little memes and jokes about how they salting the streets with lemon pepper, I get it. It's fire down here. Like the lemon pepper down here is different. That's my first one. The second one is clean your chicken, not in the traditional sense. Get the feathers off that hoe though. Don't nobody. If you're not frying it where the feathers gonna dissolve, if you a roaster or a smoker, get the feathers off of it. Just
yeah.
Your sauce is good, the seasoning is great, but now I gotta fight with the feathers. Like get the feathers off your wings, especially the little wings. It's not a lot of meat on this thing. It's a wingette. Get the 3 strains of feathers off of that hoe. You can't be that lazy with it.
That's real.
You don't just take it, thaw it out, and put it in. No, thaw it out and take some time with your wings. You took time with the sauce. You took time with seasoning in that bitch properly. Get that wing together. Get the extra knuckle off that hoe. I don't want to chew on that shit. We got to get it. Like these restaurants and the kitchens and the bars and shit like that. There's certain wings. There's certain bars I go to. I know I'm never going to find a feather. I'm never going to get that extra chunk of nastiness that's on the drum. They cleaning this shit up for you. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And this is in the traditional sense of ordering wings as an appetizer. I'm not talking about any type of cultural shit. Like a lot of people, a lot of different cultures, they don't believe in trimming that much. Everything's edible, and I salute you. I'm talking about wings. I'm talking about appetizer wings.
Yeah,
clean them bitches up. That's a standard. I don't want to fight with a feather while I'm trying to dip my wing. Like my whole wing don't even get in the fucking blue cheese thing because the feather out now it's flopping around and spinning blue cheese all over the table. I got to wipe my glasses. It's a mess.
Very specific.
Get the feathers off your wings. Thank you. Sorry, Mr. Janelle.
No, that was absolutely reasonable.
Okay.
I agree.
Thank you. But thank you all for tuning in. We appreciate it. As always, share the link to this episode with somebody that you think might fuck with us. We really appreciate it. We're on YouTube at Reals&Feels Pod. Go ahead and subscribe and share that link with a friend. We're also, if you're interested in some extra content on a weekly basis, we do provide that on Patreon. Just go to Patreon and search for Reals&Feels, and you should see that account show up. If you're not, please reach out to me, and we'll get you there. It's $5 a month. You get an extra 40 minutes or so of content on a weekly basis, and from time to time, we throw extra shows up there. So do check us out there. And for our longtime listeners on the audio platforms, thank you so much. You're the ones. You the ones, right? Y'all been here from the beginning. We really appreciate you and your continued support. And we love the feedback that we get. Some of y'all talk to us like we really good friends. And I don't know why, but you know what? Keep doing it, man. I fuck with it. I love it. It always amazes me how I'll run into a listener and they just start like we podding. We almost just have the podcast right then and there. So I love that shit. And yeah, we really do appreciate your continued support of the show. Until next time. Oh, just a quick note. I want to give everybody a heads up. We are planning to have a show next week. The week following, though, I will not be able to record. I will hopefully be recovering from the party of the century. Those who
might be
know,
sketchy.
huh?
March might be sketchy.
Overall,
Mm-hmm.
it's at least 2 weekends I can think of where we're not going to be able to do it, and I want to lock down those days. I want to give people a heads up early. So March 8th, the week of March 8th, it's probably not going to be a show, and the last weekend in March, it's probably not going to be a show.
And we'll see how Major feel after the battle. The week of the 15th.
Yes. Yeah. March might be tough.
Sketchy. We might do some in between for the Patreon folks, though.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. Good point. Bringing up that the other days. I wanted to make sure to put that out there because I haven't been doing a good job of letting y'all know when y'all just be like, oh, ain't no show. Like, my bad. But want to let you know ahead of time this go around. Yeah, thank you for tuning in, man. Until next time. That's all we got. Adios.